following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Maybe we can still heal you. Why? So you can just lock me up? No. Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. The shadows betray you because they belong to me.
In the hell do you think you are?
Okay, it's not working out. I'm gonna need the suit back.
For how long?
Forever. Yeah, let's
No, please.
Let's have it.
You don't understand. This is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it, okay?
So Oz, this week we are not only going to welcome you back and, get you back into the fold, back into the mix of the podcasting game. You've been out the game for a while, but we also brought on a friend of the show to welcome you back and, just give you those good vibes. So Oz, welcome back, and how you feeling?
I'm on the mend, getting better. But I do want to ask, why do you have 3 empty boxes of Chipotle catering in your studio area? I'm just curious.
First of all, I'm moving, so I have boxes to pack all my stuff in.
What are you packing in Chipotle catering?
My comics, my games. It all fits in those boxes.
But
why does it matter?
Are they clean?
They're clean.
There ain't no salsa or no no green sauce or anything. I'm just curious. No, I'm sorry. Your garage is a hoarder's nest.
Okay. Also joining us today on the show, we have good friend of the show, and at this point, he's got a key. He does. He comes on in. He brings beer. I will admit he does bring stuff when he comes over, so I at least appreciate that. He doesn't show up empty-handed.
No,
what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely
appreciate that.
I agree.
So, welcome back to the show. No longer a guest, but just a friend of the show, JD Oliva. Welcome back.
I'm like Kramer, right? I just kind of pop in when I want something. I loiter around for a little while. Got some wacky harebrained scheme going, and then I mosey on out. That's pretty much how our relationship works out.
Yeah. Nice grand entrance. Door swings open. Hey! What's going on?
Hey! I appreciate you guys always having me, as always. Oz, glad to see you're still here.
Thank you. Very much appreciate that.
You had a lot of love while we were out, Oz. A lot of people were checking up on you.
This one was a real one, people. But it's okay.
Scary, man.
But we don't want to have the show on a somber note. So
okay, I'll leave.
So yeah, after Oz leaves, and we get the sad vibes and the sad juju out.
After Oz leaves, the cloud. God, it's so weird. That dark cloud just goes away
The
too.
cloud of despair disappears.
Man. So what's Superman's weakness, Uncle Oz? Blocks out all the sun all the time.
Like Pooh Bear, this little rain cloud.
Oh man! But JD, let's talk about one of the big reasons why you're here, and let's spend this good first portion of the show on it. You have a new Kickstarter. Your last one was a big hit. And this one's off to a great start as well. So tell everyone about it.
So this is a little different. This is this is a good story. I don't know if you know this one, Scott. I'm actually kickstarting my first book. This is a book that it was the first book I ever published. It's actually a re-release, and we got a brand new cover. And for the first time ever, I have a hardcover release. So the Kickstarter is really focusing on getting people to pick up this brand new version of it, new cover, new hardcover. I got the proof in the mail the other day, and I almost wept. It's one of the most beautiful things I ever saw. Hardcovers look so much better than paperbacks. I just love it. So it's a horror story. It's called Hawk Hallow. It's a story about small town in the Midwest. They have this abandoned. Not abandoned. They have this commercial haunted house, right? The kind of place you go to when you're a kid. You pay $5 or whatever, and you go through like a maze, and people are trying to scare you, right? What if some kids went into that haunted house, and some, not all, some of the people in there are actually trying to kill them? And what if those people aren't actually people, but a family of demonic redneck jinn that actually just look like regular people? That's the story of Hawk Hallow. It's a horror book. It's my first book, and it's been a lot of fun to re-release it. I don't want to just talk endlessly, but this book is very close to me. This was not supposed to ever be a novel. This was supposed to be a comic book. And I was putting a pitch together about 10 years ago. And I had an artist that I was working with, and it took him a while because he was an animator here in Chicago. And he put together 4 or 5 pages, and I went to New York Comic-Con back in 2014 to pitch this thing. I was hell-bent on pitching the story and finding a publisher. And so I made all my contacts at New York Comic-Con. I came home, I gave him the scoop. And he was all fired up about it. He was great. This dude had an amazing life story. He was a childhood cancer survivor. He was wheelchair bound, but he was, full of life and, just the most talented dude. And 2 weeks after we had that conversation, he died. He was 30 years old. He had a staph infection in his leg and had not really been treating it. So he just drove home. And he was tired. It was a lot of work, a lot of effort to get the wheelchair out of the back of the car at night. So he decided he would just take a nap in his front seat, in the driver's seat, and get up in the morning. And he never woke up. 30 years old, died of a heart attack. And not only did I lose my friend, but I lost my partner on this project. And I went through like a big depression spiral because I lost my buddy. And a week after that, we got an offer from a publisher, and I had to turn it down because I no longer had a partner. And it was really bad. Like, it just kind of kicked me into this big depression spiral that I didn't really come out. I didn't even know I was in it. That's the thing about depression is when you're going through it, you don't know you're depressed most of the time. Mm-hmm. You feel down in the dumps. You just don't realize it. And it took about 2 years when Andy was born for me to really start kind of feeling like myself again. And when I was ready, I decided I didn't want to finish it as a comic. It didn't feel right to have somebody else redesigning these characters and, kind of reconceiving the concept art. So I sat at home and I said, I wonder if I can write a novel. And I decided I didn't know how. I'm like, well, you know what? I'm going to try to write a novel. Flash forward, this is 2014. 8 years later, I have 12 of them under my belt, and this is what I do. So this is my chance to. It's the 5-year anniversary of this book, my first book, and it's a Halloween story. So I figured, you know what? This is the time to release it, try to get some attention on it. And I'm remembering my friend who's been gone for 8 years now, and yeah, man, it's talking about it is good for me. It's very cathartic. Makes me feel better to kind of release the story and utilize my friend's unpublished artwork, which is one of the reward tiers in this. I took the first stretch goal. We're about $50 away from the first stretch goal. I took his concept art for the gin monsters, and we're turning them into bookmarks. So that's pretty cool. To get to do something with his original designs.
That's very cool. I like that a lot. That's awesome. Did
I kill the mood of the show? I'm sorry.
No, that's That's a celebratory thing. Feel like that's not a mood killer. It's a mood celebrator.
Yeah, it's quite the opposite of Oz's Cloud of Despair.
Yeah,
that was a ray of sunshine. Like that's an awesome reason, to not only continue the story, but to bring it back and to, put it at this level. Like, you've established yourself, and now you can really get the story out there that was supposed to get out there for you and your friends. So I mean, that's awesome. They're definitely commendable.
It's a nice tribute too.
Absolutely.
I think so. It's the book that's never really gotten the love that the others have gotten. Yeah, part of it's because my first book. I was learning what I was doing with it. I went back and re-edited it, fixed it up. It ties not hard into my other books, but it's clearly in the same universe, and there's some characters in the story who appear in other places. So if you've read my other stuff, you'll run across some names and be like, "Hey, I know that guy." I know that guy. So it's been fun.
So, I know Stephen King is a big influence on you. As far as I know, you read a lot of them because I've seen it on Twitter. And
I am a fan.
Yeah. So, tell me, what are some of your favorite Stephen King novels, and what are some that you kind of took inspiration from?
So this one is really obvious. The idea for this story came when my brother said, "What if we did a story about kids?" Because my brother plotted this with me. What if we just kids stuck in a haunted house, like a commercial haunted house with serial killers? And I'm like, that's harsh. Like, to do a story about kids with like legit killers, it doesn't work unless you make them supernatural. And then when I wrote the story, I didn't realize at the time, but it's very much inspired by it. It is a huge inspiration of the story of the kids versus the monsters. That one plays real big into that. That's probably my favorite book. For all it's there's no orgies in this one, unlike in the It novel. But I love that story. I love the idea of kids versus monsters. The Monster Squad was one of my favorite movies growing up. Stuff like that. So It is probably the biggest influence on this. But there's a lot, like the whole multiverse thing that King likes to do. Like I do that. But that's also my love of comics. Kind of linking everything together. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's probably the number one influence on this book as far as like King's work goes.
Oz, what are some of your favorite Stephen King novels?
I like The Stand. I thought Dark Tower, not the movie, but the series was really super good.
It's my favorite series of all time. I love the Dark Tower.
Yeah, I don't know. I like all the craziness he does. I love Christine, I just like the fact that he's super prolific, and those are some of mine. What about yourself?
See,
You're
trying to be funny because I've never read a Stephen King novel.
No, but you know what? No, actually, I'm not, because you may have. So here's the thing: you may not have. I know you haven't read any Stephen because you don't read. But anyway, but it's fine. So, but here,
I love it though.
No, but will you name some of your some Stephen King movies based off the movies you do?
What's I know it's not a lot of people's favorite, but I like Isn't The Mist? Isn't that Stephen King?
The Mist is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like The Mist. See? I think that's a pretty tragic
story.
Movie. Yeah, I like that. It's great. I think I love the reboots of it.
Right.
I thought they were fantastic.
Wait, so
the first one, it's chapter one.
Firestarter is not a Stephen King thing.
Firestarter is a Stephen King book.
Yeah, I knew it.
I've never seen it.
But so the cool thing, there's a Drew Barrymore did it back in the day, but they actually did a reboot of it recently. So.
Yes. Have you seen it?
No, I've been holding off. I think I might.
I have.
What'd you think?
Let me tell you. I love the book. Firestarter is a book. It's a really good book. The Drew Barrymore version it's corny.
Right.
It's fun, but it's corny. The Zac Efron version, let me tell you something. It is ass.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Oh, it hurts. It's so bad. Like, I had to stop like 4 times watching this movie going, why am I doing this to myself? I got Sky appreciates. I was watching WrestleMania because I got Peacock specifically so I watched Firestarter, and I was angry with. I was more happy with the WWE stuff, and you know what that means coming from me than I was with Firestarter.
Yeah, good. So there's a reason why I have not watched that. I keep seeing. I'm like, hold on, I can wait another day.
It's so bad. It's like they wanted to make Firestarter, but they really wanted to make X-Men, but they really didn't understand X-Men.
What are these mutants?
That's what it is. They tried to make a horror movie, then halfway through, like, no, it's a superhero movie. But
Oh no!
really. It's I couldn't even begin. Like, I'm like, this is not a book I read. Like, it's awful, remarkably awful.
You should be thankful. JD just saved you 2 hours of your life.
I know.
You'd have been like, what am I doing? Like, this movie's universally like panned. Everyone's like, this movie's not very good. And like, if you like King, you're like, holy shit, this is like this is a dude that's got a lot of like bad adaptations to his movies.
Yeah.
This is like worse than the Tommy Knockers, right? It's worse than like Trucks.
Ooh.
It's terrible.
Did you like the remake?
I'll
of
watch
The Stand?
Children of the Corn. I didn't see it.
Oh,
actually.
JD, I would love
You
to
don't
get your
have to
opinion
tell
on that. Okay.
I gotta check that one out. I watched the original one growing up.
Yep.
I have not seen it because we've done CBS All Access and we don't have that. Like, you got to draw that line somewhere with the apps, the streaming networks. So we haven't done that. So as soon as I can get my hands on it through other means, I'll definitely watch it and report back.
I like it. That is a report I like to hear.
What did you think?
It was okay. It was good, and I was in for the long road. I loved Ruby Dee in the original, but then for this one they had Whoopi.
Oh.
I know. Yes. See, there you go. So hey, Scott's out. Regular Scott's out. So
yeah, I'm good on Whoopi.
Yeah.
I'm good on Whoopi Goldberg.
You must make your stand and watch The View.
If it ain't Sister Act, I'm good on Whoopi.
Well, there you go. Or Ghost. Ghost
is on. Yeah, Ghost is fine.
Ghost is a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to watch Ghost again.
Well, you don't want to see Demi. You want to see Demi Moore have sex with a ghost?
No, I'm
all
good.
Right. Good.
I'm good.
All right. I hear that.
Yeah, I'm good on Whoopi.
All right, Whoopi.
No Whoopi cushion for me.
Jumping Jack Flash?
Jumping Jack Flash.
Yeah. Oh, Whoopi. Oh, Whoopi.
Fatal Beauty.
Was it Comic Relief Whoopi? Her, Robin Williams and oh my goodness, Billy
Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal.
Comic Relief,
Comic Relief, dude. Come on, man. I'm dating myself. I'm gonna say it right now.
I remember that.
I'm bringing it up. Farm Aid. I did it. I said it.
What's Farm Aid?
Oh, I know you don't know what Farm Aid was.
Was that the old store before Rite Aid was around?
No, that is.
Oh my Lord.
That is when Willie Nelson used to smoke weed and try and get people to give money to farmers who are struggling.
Yeah, it was Willie Nelson and John Cougar Mellencamp.
With some Johnny Cash too. And let me tell you something. Because they
sounds ridiculous.
No, dude, it's legit, dude. Man, come on, Willie Nelson. I love some Willie though, and that's not even a joke. I really do love Willie Nelson. There's some. He's got some beautiful songs. And then there's Live Aid. The 80s was filled with nothing but aid. The government wasn't giving you any aid, so individuals had to give each other aid all the time. Because there's AIDS, and then there was aid, and there was aid.
Yeah.
Dude.
The 80s was a rough time.
My God.
I'll say this for they had those big they had these big giant concerts, right, that everybody went to. And it was awesome. Not the concert, not the fact that these people needed it or could get AIDS, but the fact that these like Live Aid, right? You get the most famous Queen performance like ever.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and then you have like you literally had all this aid, like South Africa. I ain't gonna play at Sun City. All these musicians get together, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna one up you, and I'm gonna do for famine relief." You know. Oh God, it was so crazy. God, free the world. Let them know it's Christmas time.
What y'all not seeing is Oz over here dancing, moving his hands, doing magic fingers.
It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid.
Right.
I don't even know. I don't know all the words. I just know. I'm afraid.
I know all the words.
I know you do. I know you do.
That's so sad.
Well, JD, before I set the table, man, sell everyone again on your book and just kind of tell them what differentiates this book, besides the great story, but kind of what's different about this book than the samurais and the Van Helsing hunters.
So this is a story about two brothers that their dad owned the town haunted house, and their father passed away the summer before in a car accident, and they've drifted apart. The younger brother is super athletic and popular. He's an 8th grader, and everybody loves him, but he's one step away from falling into a bad place. Right? He's become real detached, doesn't have any, has a real hard time connecting with people now. But he's good looking and popular, and everybody loves him. He just doesn't realize it. The older brother is actually the smaller brother. He's a freshman in high school. He has fallen in with the wrong crowd, right? And the older brother's friends seek to embarrass the younger brother's friends, and they plot a revenge. Right, on Halloween, they set a trap and they spring it on the bullies, and they basically pelt them with eggs and garbage, all the kind of stuff that kids do to get each other back. And their great plan is they're going to hide in the haunted hollow, the haunted house, right, that they know like the back of their hands. The only problem is Mom sold it to a new guy in town who is actually a monster. So while they're trying to hide from the bullies, they need to avoid legitimate killers. And I know that we talk about, I know you're a fan of the fact that I like to, I don't write about just white people. So I mean, it's kind of fun that these kids are actually they're half Cambodian. So I got to write that they're about their mom who grew up in the Khmer Rouge and the United States, and kind of set that whole thing. So I mean, and there's also we one of the characters is Muslim, so we kind of get into the Muslim faith and the mythological history to the jinn. So I mean, there's a lot going on. At the end of the day, though, it's about two brothers who need to reconnect under dire circumstances.
Yeah, I love it. And that is one of the talking points of why I do support you, because you are kind of all about really telling different stories. It's never the same story. It's never from the same point of view. So that's always very interesting. And those are the type of creators that we need more of. It's just different views, different stories. And yeah, I'm always going to support people like that. And I know you personally. I know you're
Appreciate
a good
that.
dude. So, you always got my vote.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. But we're way deep into things. We're deep into this feast. Allow me to set the table. Well, allow me to start cleaning up the table, because we done ate. This is Taking Knee for Marvel vs. DC. I am your host, Regular Scott. I am here back full 100% pound again. Yes, sir. With my co-host, the comic connoisseur with Wolverine healing abilities.
Not quite.
Nah, not at all. The mighty Ozzy Killmonger.
Yeah, Wolverine with adamantium covering his skeleton, but he's over in Janusha where they negated all his mutant abilities, and he's dying of bone poisoning from the adamantium. That's the Wolverine that I am. Okay,
And
I'm the best at what I do at getting hurt.
Well, and as you heard, joining us, we have best-selling author and wrestling connoisseur. We have a comic and wrestling connoisseur on the same show. My good friend JD Oliva. Welcome back to the show again. Tell them where they can find you on all your socials and everything else you got going on.
Best place to find me is on my Twitter at JD_Oliva. That's Oliva. You can also find me at the Oh, you can also find
JD, hold up. There was a bucket of kid toys that just mysteriously fell over for no reason.
Let me tell you something.
That's what it sounded exactly like. I thought something hit the ground.
I am so sorry that happened.
And JD, I want to apologize for interrupting you, but I got to tell you one more time. This dude is a hoarder, man.
They're my kids' toys. They're not even mine.
I get it. No, I'm with you, man. I got a kid. I got a little boy. He got a bunch of toys in the basement, so I'm not talking to anybody about that right now. I'm with you. As I was saying, you can find me on Kickstarter right now with the Hawk Hallow hardcover edition. It's a Halloween horror story. We're about halfway through the campaign right now. We're just under $2,000 raised, about halfway through. My last Kickstarter, we had 100 backers, currently at 51, so we're literally halfway to that point. If we can break that record, I would love all the support we can get. Come on in, jump on, grab a good book, grab a bunch of good books. There's not just one book available. The entire catalog is available in this campaign, either digital, hardcover, paperback. It's all there. Man, I can't hope you guys can read some books.
And Oz? Just tell everyone where they can find you on Twitter.
I don't even know if I still got a Twitter account, dude. Lost my phone, lost all my contacts. I was up to 27. Last time I checked, I was like negative 43. How you got negative? How you gonna be negative on Twitter? You know what I'm saying? Even the bots don't want to even befriend me and stuff. This is crazy. But if you want
follow
to,
you on Twitter.
There you go. Thank you. I'm still active.
Are you going to tell them where they can find you?
I forgot. No, you can find me at Ozzy Real, and that's at OZZIEREAL. Hey, and by the way, regular Scott, you can stop with all the hand gestures too, because it's not cute. Okay, it's kind of disrespectful. Yeah, and you know I'm hurt too. I'm not emotionally, but like physically hurt, and probably emotionally hurt too. But.
See, what y'all not noticing is, while he been talking, I just been jabbing this dude in his hurt shoulder. Jabbing him. So
to all our listeners, you're asking, why would he do that? Me too.
I love him. Love taps. Love taps.
This guy.
You can also find me and JD on Fight Game.
That's right.
JD's got
you can find all of us on Fight Game.
You're not on Fight Game.
I'm a silent partner.
You're not on Fight
JD
Game.
knows how much I contribute every episode.
I will tell you this. There are no silent people involved in Fight Game Media.
No,
that's right. See, thank you. I appreciate all my comments. Thank you very much.
This is what I go through every week. This guy, he always claims to be... What's our co-host name from the rap?
What's that?
What's our co-host name?
Come on.
What's her name?
Our girl?
Rap? Yeah.
Yeah,
I do know.
KK.
Her name's not KK.
Keely.
No.
Kylie.
You got...
Yes!
That's as close as you've ever been.
Thank you.
But that's wrong.
Kaylee.
It's Keela Cash.
Keela Cash. That's like I said KK.
Shout out to my co-host, Keela Cash.
I literally said KK, and that's right.
That's not her name.
It's actually KC, but
You're right.
Well, I mean...
That's not her name.
I was close.
No, you weren't.
All right. I mean, anyway, why do I need to know other co-host names?
Because you said
why can't I still be a co-host and not know Ebray's name? They don't know my name.
Because you're not Fight Game.
I feel it's super disrespectful that I got to learn everybody's name. They don't even put in the effort to try and learn my name.
Let me ask you both a question. JD, I'm going to start with you. And this is completely random.
Please.
And I'm just thinking about this. What is when you get older and you have your friends from high school and you drift apart, or your friends from college and you drift apart, but when you become an adult and your kids, they have friends, and then you end up becoming proxy friends. How do you take that next step to become real friends with somebody?
Bribe them.
With one of my kids' friends? I mean, like you're...
Well, no, not
talking
necessarily
to the wrong...
one of your kids' friends, but just in general. I'm just using it as an example.
Are you saying, how do you take the extra step to make adult friends?
Yeah, how do you make adult friends?
How do you make adult friends? That's a good question. How do you make adult friends?
I was thinking about that the other day.
So I work, like I said, I just took a new job this year. I'm now a teacher at the Gallup High School, the school I've been coaching at for 7 years now. I work with my best friend and college roommate. So everyone that I've become friends with recently is proximity, right? I work with these people. They're not my friends because you just hang out with them. I don't hang out. I'm not friends with anybody my kids friends with. Like, and I don't know any other. I know one guy. We're like by proxy friends because our kids hang out and we see each other. It's like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? No, awkward conversation. Yeah, awkward conversation. All right, see ya. Like, haven't quite gotten to that step yet. So
it's hard.
It's weird. It's weird because like one day you're like, oh hey, I'm friends with this guy. Huh? How'd that happen? You know?
No, it actually, the funny thing is, as you're younger, it's easier to make friends. As you get older, it's super harder. You know, especially as men. I think as men, it's hard to make. I can't speak for women, but you could probably speak on that, Scott. I just don't understand. But
shoot this motherfucker.
See, and that's how you don't make friends. Okay, thank you.
Dude,
no,
little kids, it's easy. I had my son at wrestling practice last night, and like some random kid came up and like just tackled him, and I'm like, "Who's that?" He goes, "I don't know." And he turns around, runs back, and tackled that other kid, and now they're friends.
Wow,
that's good. Just like that.
So when you do that as an adult,
you go to jail.
Going to jail.
Yeah, it kind of turns into how did someone die? You know. Well, then I pulled a gun, so yeah, it's kind of hard to do that. I tried it. It didn't work well.
Then I had to shoot him.
Yeah, then I had to shoot him. I was trying to make friends with you. No.
No.
Well, I think...
That's weird. Being a kid is easy.
It is. Well, and then the quote is, youth is always wasted on the young, because you realize, damn, it was easy to do a lot of things. Like recover from a traumatic bike accident. When I was younger, I was like, "Oh, I'm up next day." I'm like, "I'm gonna be out for a month."
I don't even think. Actually, I think when you were younger, you might not have made it through that. You'd have been looking for your inhaler.
Oh yeah, no, I would
have been all shook up.
My lung capacity has definitely increased as I get older.
Absolutely.
Man, I was a sick little kid. But that's why I worked so hard to be more physical.
No doubt.
And now it all went down a shitter.
You start right back at zero.
But by the way, if I had real friends, they'd been like, "Hey, you shouldn't have rode your bike, dude." See, it's hard as an adult to make friends.
Oh man.
But so here's a story for you both. I have this guy. He's younger, but like I really love his work as a director and a DP, as an editor. So I've been trying to get with him for a while, and I wind up like having a beer with him, and we make an effort once a week, if we're not too busy, to have a beer and like just shoot the shit, talk about the industry. And I got him in a couple gigs, as my director of photography for something, and like other jobs. But we're slowly building this friendship, But like as an adult, you put these walls up, and I think it's all these manufactured walls, But because I think in everybody's mind, you're like, "Fuck, dude, I am not trying to be friends with Jeffrey Dahmer and shit. I'm not trying to have that going." Or be like, "Well, look, man, I feel really tight with you. How you feel about robbing a bank?" So you always want to.
Is this what you think about?
What do I
Is this why you don't make friends? Because you think everybody's a criminal?
Dude, my problem is I feel like they think I'm a criminal. No, I'm just kidding. No, but you're just cautious. You're just like more out there.
I don't think everybody's a criminal.
Well, no, I do not think everybody's a criminal. But you're just more cautious with people because you're like your time is more valuable. Because as a kid, you're trying to fill time. Right. As an adult, you're trying to like capture time. So it's hard for you. You hoard your time as an adult. Especially if you're a parent and a husband or a wife or whatever. Okay.
You good? You got your story out.
Okay, well, jeez.
No, actually, I thought that line you said was good. When you're young, you what time?
Well, when you're young, you're just trying to spend your time, But as an adult, you're trying to capture that time back. Okay. It's hard. It's just true.
It's going in the book. That's going in the book.
Yeah, I was going to say, JD's taking that one in his next book.
JD's book about
Good
time
line.
travel.
That's going to be the first line of the book.
I was inspired by my co-host, Uncle Oz.
Shout out. First page.
A couple quick news tidbits, and then we'll move on. This first one, this one is from JD. Actually, I saw this when you tagged a couple people from Superhero Speaks, one of your podcasts that you do.
Okay.
Sacha Baron Cohen has been cast as Mephisto.
That's right.
And
is it official? Is it rumor? I've seen a bit of conjecture based on this. I
so
hope
I've
it's
seen
real.
rumor. I've seen rumor. You know, I haven't seen it be like officially confirmed either, but a lot of rumor.
Well, I'll tell you
rumor.
this. I too have seen a lot of rumor, but once you've heard that and you see Sasha's face, you're going, that's Mephisto. You're definitely just saying that it's definitely going to be Mephisto. That was such a no-brainer.
If this turns out to be a thing, I'm a big fan, and I love it.
Yeah, it's easy. That's so easy. Like his mannerism and his face, he is Mephisto. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So after all this teasing, JD, where do you think he would show up at? Where do you think he would land?
Oh God, I don't know. Head says a Silver Surfer movie, but I don't think we're getting one of those. So maybe one of the next event. I mean, he's a comedic actor, so I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think about this. If it were me, I don't know.
Might
maybe
I
the next
interject?
Guardians movie?
Say again, JD. Oh, say again.
I'll say maybe the next Guardians. Maybe the next Guardians movie.
I like
don't
that.
know.
But might I interject for a nerdum for everyone? Why not put
Please.
dude in the next Spider-Man and let him do the reverse of what he did in the comic book, where he gives him one more day and he gives him his life back?
I love that idea.
Boom shakalaka! Come on, JD, let's do it.
And it makes it worse.
Dude, it's such a good thing, right? And it could totally make it worse. And then he's like, okay. And so it's just like, it's a wonderful life, but it ain't a wonderful life, you know?
Him and Tom Holland could create some magic.
It's a horrible life.
Dude, see?
Him and Tom Holland would be, I think they'd have nice chemistry.
Like good banter, lots of good,
what I mean.
crazy banter, you know what I'm saying? That would be just an interesting twist, you know?
Sticking with the MCU, Harrison Ford has been cast as General Ross and as the leader of the Thunderbolts in the new Captain America movie, opposed Sam Mackie. JD, what are your thoughts on Harrison Ford joining the MCU in a pretty prominent role?
That's an upgrade, man. Like, I like William Hurt, but I mean, like, as far as star power goes, it's Harrison freaking Ford.
It's a big
Right?
it's a big get for Anthony Mackie, I think.
That dude,
Yeah.
Harrison Ford said, "You gonna pay me?"
Yes, he did, because he likes to make money.
He said, listen, I fly helicopters. I live on a ranch. I'm Han Solo, Indiana Jones. I played the president before. You know, you gonna pay me. If you want me to be a general, you gonna pay me. Okay. And so they said, sure.
Who doesn't love Air Force One?
I'm just saying.
Who doesn't
dude.
love Air Force One?
Dude, personally, my favorite Harrison Ford movie is Regarding Henry.
I've never seen it.
That's not a bad movie.
What's that?
That's not a bad movie.
Yeah,
Like,
I
he's a piece
love
of
that
shit,
movie.
and then he turns into like he starts out as a real like kid, and then he's got to find himself again after amnesia, and he finds out he really didn't like the guy he used to be.
He was an asshole, and then he's like, you know, it's so that movie always touches me. Like, but that's a testament to how like he's a great actor and stuff too.
He is a great actor.
You know, yeah, but like Disney's like we own Star Wars, right, and Marvel, right, like you We own you.
We own you.
Your image.
Indiana Jones, all that
No,
stuff.
he literally, and Indiana Jones, they literally told him,
we own you.
They didn't say Mr. Ford. They said, hey, Harry, we will deep fake you, or you can act in this.
It might happen.
Well, I think it was one thing. Like, look, you want this Indiana Jones 5 movie, right?
Right.
We can make that happen if you do this Marvel thing.
Exactly. Totally. Yep.
That's a fair trade-off.
Here's a real question. Does he become the Red Hulk?
See, that's interesting.
He's got to. He would have to.
But everybody wants
Are we going to
him.
get Harrison Ford as the Hulk?
I think so. But then that means that Anthony Mackie has to beat up the Hulk.
I'm okay with that.
Well, you'll probably get at the very end. Yeah.
I mean, does he? Can Falcon beat up the Hulk?
No.
I mean, it's a Red Hulk, right? Not the
Yeah, it's
Green
a Red
Hulk.
Hulk.
You can
Red
beat up
Hulk.
that Hulk.
I don't know about that because I think if you have the Red Hulk, you're asking to bring a Hulk in.
You know what? I think that'd be a great way to bring She-Hulk to the big screen.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to bring a
All right.
Hulk in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah, don't bring Bruce, bring She-Hulk.
Right.
I think that'd be a great way to bring her in.
Right.
Yeah, I'm on board.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I think I like that actually. I think he absolutely has to, and She-Hulk, she needs to come to the big screen. I thought she was great. Didn't like the finale, but that's just me personally.
Well, I'm just saying you're going to have to see a Hulk eventually because you're going to get
Right.
Betty Ross.
Did they bring in Liv Tyler back?
Oh my God! Right?
Might
I mean,
as
she
well.
played her, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you might
yep.
as well.
Yep. See?
Bring the star power back. I mean, why not?
You
Is she
brought,
still a star?
She's still a name. People still know who she is,
You
right?
brought Tim Roth
What has she
in.
been in? They did bring Tim Roth in. That's true.
Honestly, the last thing I remember her in is The Leftovers.
Wait, but wasn't she also in like Pearl Harbor?
But that
Or
was
that was
Asteroid?
20-something. That was 20 years ago.
yeah.
That's the last thing I remember her as in, so it's fine.
She was in Lord of the Rings after that.
Oh, she was in the Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, she was.
She's everywhere.
Oh, she fell in love with a dwarf.
No, she fell in love with Aragon.
Oh, she fell. Yeah,
Damn, who
Viggo
was the one that
Mortensen.
fell in love with the dwarf?
Nobody fell in love with a dwarf.
That's not true. There was a
That
female
was in
elf.
The Hobbit. That
That's
was
The Hobbit.
Evangeline Lilly
That's
in The Hobbit. Yeah.
man.
But one of them fell in love, right?
That's The Hobbit, though. That's
Yeah.
That's not Lord of the Rings.
Hey, you have to understand.
That was-
all that
that was
shit is
Watt.
the same shit to me. The Power of the Rings, all that shit is the same shit.
Nah, Lord of the Rings is dope. The Hobbit's whack.
I don't know about Legolas. I don't know about Legolas surfing on a shield.
That's awesome.
That's not dope.
Two towers. JD, what are your thoughts on that? What is better, Lord of the Rings trilogy or the Hobbit trilogy?
Or Powers of the Ring.
Okay, The Hobbit was a 300-page book that they made into 3 movies that were long and boring. Oh, Lord of the Rings is a great series of movies. The Hobbit was boring.
I'm just saying. Let me tell you something. Here's my
Here
beef.
we go.
I'm gonna go into it. I'm gonna say it. If they would have made Lord of the Rings now, they would have been a little more diverse.
Legolas would have been.
Oh, I agree with that.
My God, I mean,
You're right.
I mean,
You're right. It's
they would have been like
different world.
Aragon. You gotta be black. Fuck that shit. You know, but they were. Sam Bean would have been black because they would have killed his ass out first off. That's for sure. Okay, I promise that. You know, yeah. Sam Bean, this dude.
You want to make
Sean Bean.
Sean Bean gets killed in everything he does.
That's true.
You want to know how to make white people angry? You put a black person in a fantasy film,
Oh,
and they will
dear
lose
God.
their fucking mind.
Man, the surest thing is you put a black person in anything that has an elf in it, they'll lose their shit.
They'll lose their mind because apparently we can have elves, but we can't have elves with melanin in their skin.
Well, I mean, even Marvel tried to ease it a little bit by saying, "Hey, there are dark elves." People are like, "Nah, ain't no dark elf, dude. Ain't true."
Mm-hmm. Look mad. They get really mad about that.
My thing is, I've always just wondered. We always see him in the prequels. We always see him in these series that are set hundreds of years before. I'm
see
just
where you're
trying to
going
figure
with
out
this, Scott.
what happened to him in Lord of the Rings. Where'd they all go?
Oh, I know what happened to him.
I know you do.
Let me tell you what happened to him. It's gentrification.
You say they're the orcs.
No, dude, I'm telling you straight up, dude. Like the white hobbits and the white elves started moving into the neighborhood and forced on the black elves and the black dwarfs. Seriously, there are a bunch of black dwarfs in the mountains that got pushed out, dude. And they all crying because a dragon took their fucking gold. That wasn't their gold.
I'm just trying to figure out where they all went. That's all. Because listen, Lord of the Rings had to be at least 100,000 people cast.
Oh, dude.
And I ain't see one black person in any one of those three movies.
In Lord of the Rings, the whole thing is the elves are like, we're going to transition into the great beyond, where we put all the black people. We don't want to go there yet.
Oh, all right, that's enough. That's enough.
But I'm just saying, man.
That's enough.
Yeah, I was expecting, because if the truth be told, Sam would be down with a black hobbit. Frodo wouldn't, but Sam would be down with that.
All right. That's enough.
It's true.
Here's some depressing news.
Oh, okay. Sure. Any reason why?
The Flash, and we'll start with JD.
Oh, boy.
The Flash 2 script is reportedly already written, and it's just waiting to see how the movie that's moving forward with that psychopath Ezra Miller is going to do. JD, let me ask you two questions. First off, what are your thoughts on the Psycho? And secondly, why do they think this movie's going to do well?
This movie, all I can think of is this movie must be the greatest superhero movie ever made. Because Ezra Miller can shoot someone, and everybody can see it. And Warner Brothers is going to be like, it's fine. He didn't do anything that bad. I've never seen people come to the defense of such a mildly talented actor in my entire life.
My God, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not even trying to interrupt, but that's crazy.
No.
I know it's they crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's allowed. This guy has broken so many laws. He's going to stand trial finally. He may go to jail. And here's the best part: is it's the Flash. There's a solution to all of this right there.
Have him travel back in time.
Wally West. There's another Flash that was just as popular.
I know.
You could easily go, oh, Barry's done now. It's Wally's story.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. I don't understand why they beatified Ezra Miller at Warner Brothers. I don't understand.
Yeah, but see, there's a thing about that too, JD. I feel
where the body's at.
Well,
he must.
Well, so I feel like the executives, the money people, are saying, fuck you, I'm not losing my money on this. And that's why they're pushing that shit. They
agree.
must have this dude
I agree.
drugged up in some cabin where they're just like, listen, you can't leave. You can't do shit. You can't.
Locked up in the basement.
Oh, but he's facing, they are facing so many court cases, dude.
Well, it's because he's crazy. He's legit crazy.
God, dude.
There's no other way of wording it.
Wasn't he in a movie about a boy being crazy?
Yes.
Being a serial killer?
He is he's turning into a David Koresh. That's the level of lunacy this person has reached.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
and Warner Brothers is like, oh, we're going to ride this out.
Yeah, and that is the weird thing. Why are they just backing this horse like this? It is really weird how they're doing that.
Y'all ain't saying shit about Will Smith and Emancipation coming out. What the fuck? Same thing.
They have lost so much. So here's the thing. We talk about this with wrestling all the time. How much money Warner Discovery has lost in the last 8 months. Ever since the merger, their stock price has plummeted. It's worth half of what it was in June. They have lost a tremendous amount of money. They have got everything stocked into Flashpoint. Everything. I truly believe the future of the studio, they think it relies on this movie. And they've got all their eggs in the hands of a crazy person. It sounds like a movie on its own.
The Rock is like, I told you.
Yeah, but imagine saying that and having movies with The Rock. And you could have a movie with Henry Cavill.
Yeah, you could do something with Henry Cavill.
This. Imagine
they said they're gonna. They announced it yesterday. They're gonna make more Henry Cavill Superman movies.
And that's even more reason why I don't understand
Flashpoint. I think.
Well, there's another
I think
thing
they're flashpointing it.
You know what? Maybe they just want their big reboot. They want their big reboot.
Well, there's the other side of that
yeah,
too.
That's what I think
they do want that, but also I think like there is a human mindset that unfortunately says we can Batgirl. That will never see the light of day. We can't do it to a second one that we spent all this fucking money on. So in their mind, in their stupid mind, they're like, well, this movie is still good. It's not a turd like allegedly Batgirl. So the actor, they're an asshole, but we can still do something out of this. I feel like that's their stupid brain still going with it.
He can't even run.
Can't run from the law.
He can't run. He can't run into the movie. That's for you.
Right. Can't even run in the street. Real quick, final thoughts, and then we'll go to trivia, and then we'll wrap up. You brought up Man of Steel 2. I think that's a nice little ending topic. JD, what are your thoughts on Man of Steel?
You've heard my thoughts on the original Man of Steel.
Yes, what are your thoughts on the original George Reeves?
No, he's talking about Henry.
The first Henry Cavill movie. I hate it with every fiber of me.
Wait, the first Henry Cavill? Do you know why you hate it, JD?
Yes.
Because you're smart.
I like Superman.
Let that man finish.
Yes, it was made by Zack Snyder. Does not understand the character of Superman. Not even close. We recently reviewed this movie again for Superhero Speak. So we all went back 9 years after the fact and reviewed it. We all came to the same conclusion. This movie freaking sucks.
Thank you.
It makes
shit.
No sense. Nothing. It's terrible. They do nothing to develop anybody. They do nothing to develop Clark Kent. There's ludicrous science going on. Like it's a bad movie all the way around.
This dude crying, snapping necks.
This dude crying, snapping necks.
They wanted Superman to be a badass. They said, well, he had to kill that guy. There was no other way out. Dude, I'm a writer. I understand that I control the universe that I'm creating. They did that so Superman could kill somebody. So they could say, see, he's not a Boy Scout. He's a badass. Like, it's horrible.
Now, they
hate it.
They did that so Bruce Wayne could look up in the sky pissed off and not be able to do shit holding a little kid. That's why they did that shit. It's a bunch of Scott's like, oh my God, the best movie that's ever been made. Regular Scott, you got some regular problems, dude. You got some regular reviews.
Let me tell you, I thoroughly enjoyed Man of Steel.
Kevin Costner. Looking at his son, going, "Don't save me." Let me tell you something. If my son was Superman, Superboy, and I was about to get hit by a tornado, I'd be like, "Save my ass and don't save them." Hey, because if you think that they're going to judge you, I'm like, "Cool, save me. They're gone. We good, dude." Kevin Costner making that gesture, "Don't save me." My father was
would have made
scared.
sense too, dude. They cast Ray Kinsella, the guy from Field of Dreams, and Maximus from Gladiator. Those were his fathers. On paper, it's like, yes, that would be Superman's fathers. But then you watch the movie and you're like, why is Krypton the planet from Avatar?
Yes.
Why is this all happening? What is going on here? What is this engine thing? What does it do? Like, it's so bad. But you listen to Henry Cavill talk about the character of Superman. I think he understands. I think he gets what Superman is supposed to be about, and he never had a chance. Because Superman versus Batman, as bad as Man of Steel was, they somehow managed to make a 10 times worse film in the sequel. And then he dies, so you get no chance to get a connection to Superman before you kill him. And then Justice League is whatever the hell Justice League was.
Oh, wait, but
I
hold
think
on.
that he never really had a fair shot.
But I want to just put one point out here that, there was a good moment in basically Batman versus Superman where they both realized, oh, we should stop fighting because our mothers are named the same thing. I'm just like, man, y'all suck,
Let me just interject here. Let me tell you what we not gonna do. Okay. Yeah. Let me tell you what we not gonna do on this show. Okay?
We ain't gonna bash my favorite movies.
Hey, we ain't coming at the Snyderverse. Okay? We ain't coming at the whole Snyderverse.
Right.
There's a lot of trash in it. Okay?
Got you.
But there's some good elements. There's some
right, because you all about that Josh Whedon world too, ain't you?
No, I'm not.
Yeah. Okay,
No, I'm
I
not.
got you.
He's the reason that movie was so bad.
Man, dude. Oh my God.
All
dude.
right. That's
Give me a
enough.
break. Seriously.
I think that there could be a good movie there. You get a different writer, different director, working with Henry Cavill. I think you could have a Superman movie. I don't think he's the problem. So I'm willing to give him another shot.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
All right. Fair enough. I'll accept that.
Christopher Reeve had more bad Superman movies than good Superman movies.
That's true.
What do you mean, like when they got a lock of Superman's hair that was holding to show how strong his hair was, and then Lex Luthor cut it with a pair of pliers?
No, when he was at the bar.
Yes.
when he was just drinking at the bar.
My God, dude. Yeah.
In his cave.
How did he get it? It makes no sense. Yeah.
I know.
Right.
Oh, and Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor.
Have you
Just
seen
to throw it in
movie?
there.
Have you seen that movie lately? Richard Pryor is in a different freaking movie than everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
Richard Pryor in a sequel to like Toy or something like that.
Richard
while the
Pryor
Superman
said,
movie is
fuck
going
y'all,
on.
I'm phoning this shit in. No,
Yeah,
no,
for
put me on
sure.
my
He
hair
got paid a lot of money.
Yeah, oh God, for real, please.
He's in a completely different movie than everybody else. That is such a wild-ass experiment that failed. Ugh, that's a
All
piece
right.
of shit, dude.
Well, I think we're all excited about Man of Steel 2.
And Black Adam.
Yeah, and Black Adam. We'll see.
Well, let's see.
Wakanda Forever.
Oh, let's see what that is all about.
Yeah, that's going to be a tearjerker. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. All right, let's wrap up with some trivia. I have some new trivia cards, some superhero cards. So we will read 4 cards, 2 questions on each card, 8 questions apiece. And we'll see how it goes. JD, as our guest, I will let you decide. Do you want to go first, or do you want to let Oz go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. First question. Who is the wife of Black Bolt, leader of the Inhumans?
Medusa.
Are this for real?
These are for real.
Okay. All right.
Oz, next question. What rare and fictitious metal is a key natural resource of the Black Panther's country of Wakanda?
Vibranium.
Here we go. Don't get too excited. Don't get too comfortable.
Jeez. Don't get too comfortable.
After being blamed for the death of Iron Fist, Power Man left New York and settled in what city? JD.
Ooh. Oh, this is a good one for JD.
Chicago.
Yes,
Chicago,
that's a good
right?
one. I love it.
Yes, that is correct.
That was
Chicago.
the early 90s. I remember that. The cave
Yeah.
run. Yeah.
All right, Oz. What immortal half-sister of King Arthur is a consistent thorn in the side of the Avengers?
Morgan Le Fay.
Morgan Le Fay. 2-2. JD, what is the first name of Luke Cage's daughter?
Oh shit. Oh yeah. I got it. I got freaked out for a second. Sorry.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Deal.
What'd you say?
Danielle. It's the one with Jessica
Yes.
Jones,
Danielle.
right?
That's correct.
Yes.
And I just realized it's probably in honor of Daniel Rand, his best friend.
Oh, I didn't think about
Holy
that.
shit. I never thought about that till just now.
Yeah, don't worry, everybody. Like, it literally hit me like 30 seconds when you said it. I was like, oh, shit, that's why they did it. Yeah.
It never occurred to me till you just said that.
Yep.
Every now and then you earn your nickname, the
Thank
Comic
you.
Connoisseur. Every now and then you come with those little nuggets.
Regular Scott, the only thing I do every show is for you not to shoot this motherfucker at me 4 times.
I've already done it once.
I know.
so
I'm
you
doing
did
really
pretty
good. I'm doing great. Okay, here we go.
All right. Whose question is it? Oz?
Yes.
What California city did Daredevil move to at one time?
Feels like, oh, shit. I was going to say San Francisco. San Francisco.
Is that your final answer?
San Francisco.
San Francisco's correct.
Yeah. It's scary. I was going to say L.A. for a second, but it's always San Fran.
What are we at? 3-3?
Yeah.
3-3.
What are the names of the ray beams that Iron Man fires from his armor's gloves? JD.
Ooh.
Repulsor blast.
Repulsor rays.
Repulsor rays.
Blast, rays.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Take
Hey,
that.
but just real quick on a note. I'm sorry. Our intro always gets to me when Tony Stark is telling Peter Parker, "Well, he literally says, you are not. If you're nothing without the suit, if you're nothing without the suit, you can't. You should have that." I'm like, Tony, who are you?
You literally would die.
You are literally nothing without the suit, dude.
So, all right.
If you're nothing without the arc reactor, you shouldn't have it.
Thank you. Baron von Strucker was a leader in the early days of what sinister organization?
That is, I'm stuck on Hydra.
Hydra's correct. JD, what is the name of the vampire creature that has battled Captain America several times?
Oh, shit.
Baron Blood.
Yes,
Baron Blood
good job.
Correct. What military man first witnessed Bruce Banner becoming the Hulk and exposed his secret identity? Uncle Oz.
Well, that would be Harrison Ford.
Who's that?
Earlier.
It's Thaddeus. It's Thaddeus. It's General Thaddeus Ross.
That is incorrect. It's Glenn Talbot.
Oh, Glenn Talbot.
I forgot about that.
That's right. Remember Glenn? Yeah, that dude with the mustache. And he was doing it because he was jealous of because he always wanted Betty.
Yeah.
Scumbag.
5-4.
Yeah.
All right, JD.
Well
Next
earned.
question. What being does Thor learn is his birth mother?
Oh. You got
What
this, JD.
being does-
Say that again.
Repeat the question.
What being does Thor learn is his birth mother?
You're not
It's a
asking
good
the
one.
questions.
Sorry.
It's Freya, right?
You know what? I would say I thought it was Gaia when he found out he was part with Mother Earth.
First of all, it's not your question.
So, well, he said Freya.
Okay, that is incorrect.
I thought you answered it. I was
What's the
wrong. I
answer?
didn't know this one.
It is Gaia.
Yeah, because there was a whole thing where he learned. It's a weird story arc where he learns that he is actually.
When was this?
Oh God, I feel like it was like a '90s thing where he's just like, oh, my true mother is like Mother Earth, that kind of thing. It's weird. So.
All right, Oz, with an opportunity to tie. This is the
We are tied because he lost one. I lost one. We're tied. We're tied. With an opportunity to do math, regular Scott pulls out his abacus and still fucks it up.
All right. Here's your question, then. Let's see you mess this one up.
Jeez.
What is the code name of the super soldier project that creates Captain America?
The code name?
Yeah. Let's see you mess that one up, buckaroo.
Oh,
Bonsai.
Oh, it's the code name is Project oh my God. I won't get it. It's Project something. I forgot. I'm messing it up.
The correct answer is Project Rebirth.
Damn it. I knew it. That makes me mad. And see,
right.
It was right there. It was there.
So those are 6 questions apiece. You're both tied, 5 and 5.
No, JD should be up one because
that's what I just said. That's what I
first.
said earlier. Y'all told me you were tied.
Because I messed up this last question.
Right. That's what I said. And then you told me that I couldn't do math. I said he was up one, and you said no, you were tied.
He is only up one now.
Because you missed it.
The last question.
Right, but he was.
But before that, we were both tied.
Okay, no, I'm not buying that. You're not. See, whatever.
No, you're right.
So I was right.
Right now, you're right because of the last question.
I got it. I know it. I got this.
Okay, go ahead.
This is the 6th question. He is 5 for 6. You are 4 for 6 because you have missed 2.
Okay.
That's all I said.
Anyway, I think you're being very negative about this. I feel like, your negative attitude and your hoarding are signs.
JD, I would like to apologize for the ghost
for the hoarding?
Came in here and kicked over my kids' bucket of toys.
You got the most passive-aggressive fucking ghost I've ever seen in my life. What were we talking about? The ghost was like, I need some attention.
He was plugging his stuff, and he was like, nah, you don't get to plug anything.
He's like, man, fuck eyes. I'm like, wait, what?
All right, JD, here's your next question. Who assembled a team of heroes to battle the Chaos King and his forces in the Chaos War?
What the fuck?
This is a new one. I'm not reading her.
What the fuck?
The Who battled Chaos King?
What kind of question is that? Chaos
Venom?
Just get smart.
Venom is incorrect. Oz, do you have a guess?
Repeat the question.
Who assembled a team of heroes to battle the Chaos King and his forces in the Chaos War? I said, what the...
I feel like I'm going to say Thor.
Hercules.
Damn! God! Ugh.
You were close. You're close.
All right, Oz. With a chance to tie, like I said last time.
No.
Dude. All right.
I mean, just because you ask these Chaos King and Chaos Lord questions,
What?
dude.
I don't pick the questions. Sin is the daughter of what Captain America foe?
Oh.
That would be the Red Skull.
Okay, dude, you don't. Nobody asked you to start acting.
I mean, my accents are horrible. If I can still play around with it a little bit.
5-5.
Okay. You ain't got to be a hater.
I'm not a hater. I just crush a lot.
Big pun.
JD, next question. Who teaches Spider-Man martial arts, specifically the way of the spider?
What the
Shang-Chi.
That is correct.
Nice. The way of the spider.
Oz, to tie. What Marvel villain steals the body from the grave of Charles Xavier and fuses his brain to Professor X's brain?
Let's just keep it going with Red Skull again. Red Skull for the second time. With no accent.
That's ridiculous. All right. 8-8.
Storyline.
That's 8 questions.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
6-6. Here we go. JD. What heroine's identity did Skrull Empress...
Fernaki.
Yep.
Nice.
Assume during the secret invasion?
Yes.
Spider-Woman.
It's like you're reading the question right here.
I knew it.
Well, thank you for helping me because I definitely wouldn't have got that name right.
Yes.
All right. Great job. All right, Oz, you ready?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was good. Which core member of the Avengers did not have a solo comic series as a part of the Heroes Reborn launch? That's a tough one.
Man, I feel like that's Thor.
Wow. Thor is correct.
Yeah.
All right.
He got spared.
Yeah,
Heroes
thank God.
Reborn launch. Those books
He's
are
like-
so freaking bad.
He's like, I'd rather do fucking Ragnarok than have that reborn shit.
They came back a year later with that Dan Jurgens that was actually really good. Like Dan Jurgens on Thor was actually good stuff.
I really started appreciating those the God Butcher shit with the
Oh, that was good. The Jason Aaron art? That's
yeah,
good.
the artwork and the storyline were just super great. Although oh God, what's his name? Batman. Who played Batman? Yes, Christian Bale. Christian Bale was just like, I didn't know what the hell I was doing when I was making this movie. There was just green screens everywhere.
I mean, you just gotta like pretend. Elizabeth Olsen's like, you feel kind of silly doing a Marvel movie. You're just doing this with your hands. You're just throwing your hands at people. You got to pretend like there's bolts of lightning and stuff. And I get
love
that.
it. That would just seem so fun to me, you know?
Oh, I agree. You just be like a little kid going to
Yeah,
everybody.
I think you're just living the dream, getting paid that money.
Mm-hmm. millions of dollars to pretend to have lightning shooting out of your fingers.
The biggest thing you got to do is make sure when you do your press releases, you don't give away any spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
All right, Tom Holland.
Or don't rob a bank.
Or don't rob a bank. Or because apparently you can do whatever Ezra Miller's doing. It doesn't matter.
You know, hold on. Now, regular Scott is on top of his chair, like literally standing on top of his chair. Why'd you do that? You need to stretch.
I did need to stretch.
Is that your way of saying we're not doing any more questions? Or are you just tired?
I have questions right here.
Sure.
Keep going. We're good, man. Keep going. We're good.
I have questions.
You're doing calisthenics while we're doing questions.
I just needed to stretch my leg. Why do they need to know what's going on with my legs?
You don't need to do hot yoga in front of my face.
This is why I don't like doing shows face to face.
This is why you don't like doing yoga.
This is why you need to stay home.
This is why it's hard for you to make adult friends. That's why.
You know what? Every now and then you say something pretty funny too. I'll give you that. That was pretty good. All right. Whose question is it?
Oz.
Okay. Oz, here's your question. What is the name? I'm sorry. What villain is temporarily possessed by the Beyonder during the skirmishes of Battleworld?
Oh.
These some real nerd questions.
They are. I'm gonna say Reed Richards because Dr. Doom tried to take the Beyonder's power. So that's what I'm saying. I'm sticking with that.
Well, it's a villain.
Oh shit! It is Dr. Doom. Then fuck.
Claw.
That dude.
Yes.
I'm over it.
Ulysses Claw.
Yeah, right. Thank you. My sentiments exactly.
Okay, well, that's what the answer says. I'm just reading the answer.
God, dude, spell it.
JD, real quick. Something Oz that I like to do. What is something that you notice that people do when they get mad? Like when you're in the middle of a conversation and you say something slick to them that they don't like, or you catch them slipping, or you make fun of them or something. What is something that somebody does when they get mad? You know, like you use a big word on them, they're like, yeah, we'll spell it. You know, like what is something that people do that you notice when they get mad when you get them?
Like they make that face where they scrunch the face a little bit in their nose. They like scrunch their face into their nose. I notice that a lot of people get mad. Like they get those eyes squinty.
Like you're sucking on lemons.
Yeah.
Like, you need to stop sucking on lemons and stop being upset.
Yeah, it's like, what you doing? What you mad about? All right, that's cool.
No, wait. Another one is. I mean, I guess.
That's when you. Yeah. All right. I mean, I don't want to admit it, but I guess I have to.
So, Oz, how do you feel about that? I don't know. I don't care really.
All right. Last question for both of you. If JD gets this right, the game's over. Just so you know.
I feel like you're a little biased with your co-host.
I'm not. If he gets it right, you can't mathematically come back.
You and JD and KC have a thing against me.
You still don't know her name,
KC,
even though I said it.
I was close with the KC,
you have to start calling Keela KC.
I'm not doing
Keela Cash, that's my girl.
I don't know if she'd react to being called KC, actually.
Yeah, I'm scared to do it.
Man, next time I'm on the show, I'm going to hit her up and say, what's up, KC?
Hey, JD, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. I think I'm too scared to find out.
Watch her kick my ass. Watch her beat me up.
She's tough. Like, she's got, like... Because I'll make, like, stupid jokes all the time, but when I posted for you, I was, like, kind of on my best behavior. Because I was like, I don't know if I overstepped. I didn't want to overstep, because usually I'm like, screw it. I'll just make stupid jokes. And I was, like, kind of, like I said, like, a little... like, I'm stepping off the line more than I normally would.
No, that's why I know it's true, because regular Scott, like, he caters to strong women. He cowers in the face of strong women.
Oh my God.
So I know exactly what type of girl Keela Cash. And so it's good. I'm gonna call her KC and see what she
is. I wouldn't say she's like a dominating president, but she's like, it's definitely her show.
No nonsense.
Right? Absolutely.
No nonsense.
She's a great host.
Would you agree?
Oh, I think she's fabulous.
She is, but she is driving the car. You are because I did the one co-host with her. You are clearly shotgun.
Yeah, Yes.
You know?
I mean, she's driving, but she's definitely handling the wheel.
Oh, so that's why she won't let me on the show. It's too much. It's too much.
That and you don't watch wrestling.
Well, that too.
You don't watch wrestling.
So
I mean, guys, I feel like you guys are holding that against me for being on the wrestling show.
Like, you watch more AEW than you do WWE, first of all. That's the other thing.
I mean,
you don't even watch WWE.
I'm a fan of the Greco-Roman style of wrestling. I think that it's still a very authentic way of wrestling. So what
now you're talking to JD.
Hey,
now you're talking to JD.
Whoa.
All right, last questions for both of you.
Okay.
JD gets this right. Like I said, the game's over.
You said that.
Just want to make sure you know.
Right. And you need looking at me straight in my face when you say that shit, too. That's not funny.
Smiling as I read this question. True or false? No, I'm just playing. Who was the colorful leader of the planet Sakaar that Hulk led a successful revolt against?
The Emperor.
Yeah.
The Emperor.
Yeah.
Did he have a name?
I know, that's the thing.
He did.
Damn.
Well, that's not his name. I will give you an opportunity to say what they called him in the.
Oh, the Red King. The Red King.
The Red King.
The Red King is correct. Just for fun and giggles, Oz. Let's go ahead and just give you your question and see what you would have did.
Well, most people say just for shits and giggles. Well, but it's okay.
I'm trying to keep it clean.
Okay.
You know,
mm-hmm.
Just in case we have. I mean, kids might want to listen.
But the FCC comes knock on your door.
Well, my mother does work for Child Protective Service, so she might take my kid and hear all this cursing going on.
I mean, they're gonna be like, "Sir,
that's your sister."
I know. You literally just told what my sister and what your mother does for a living.
That's right.
Okay, that's
proud
fine.
of it. Proud of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's your question, by the way.
That's what people do when they get angry. Start talking about what they do for a living, how much money they make.
I didn't say anything about that.
Talk about what your mama do.
How about you answer this question? What is the name of the team of soldiers created with Hulk's DNA by General John Riker? Smart Alec.
Hulk Marines?
The Gamma Corps.
That's some dumb shit. Give me one. I feel good. I gotta have one more just for redemption. Come on.
Do you?
It's like a crackhead. Just give me one more.
Give the man another one.
All right.
True or false? Oh boy. See, you're pausing because you can't even pronounce the word. So
No, I can't.
Okay.
In the Fear Itself event.
Ooh, oh man.
The Hulk became Null, the breaker of what?
Breaker of Worlds.
The Breaker of Worlds.
That's kind of whatever. You know, Colossus was also prophesied to be the Breaker of Worlds too.
Oh. Isn't that Bray Wyatt? Didn't he call himself that?
Eater of Worlds.
Eater of Worlds.
Eater.
Okay. Eater of Worlds.
Interesting.
Oz, you should be very happy. I don't think JD and I even talked about wrestling.
Not one time.
I will say, like, there was once, but man, you guys were stunning. Is it maybe because it's the aura having that poltergeist in this garage, whatever?
It's true. The ghost is keeping us on task tonight.
That's just too real. Right before Halloween, angry ghost. I want these toys.
That's why we were moving.
Oh, I know.
That's why we got that paranormal activity going on. We had to put the house on the market.
I wish you had a ghost that would like to clean.
How come I can't? Where's the ghost story about the one who's always just cleaning stuff up?
Yeah, dude. Like, we had a horror story. We're messy people.
They just keep cleaning.
Yeah. See, good Lord.
They just keep cleaning the house.
Oh my God. Can you do something about this?
Scott, what are you guys moving?
We're going to be moving at.
Oh, well, you might as well get the address. You gave what people's professions are. Go ahead. What the hell?
Fine, you gotta give me the address.
We're gonna be moving to 555 7th Street Avenue. No, we're moving at the end of November, so we'll be in the new house by the time Christmas comes.
No, and
Still in Richmond or somewhere else?
Yeah, still in a little south of Richmond, North Chesterfield,
kind of outside of Richmond.
Okay.
JD, most important thing is his garage heated.
Well, first of all, I have my own third floor.
Ooh.
Got my own corner already laid out for my podcast. I'm going to have everything laid up. I got my TVs. The kids are not allowed upstairs.
Okay.
There's going to be a key on the door.
And your wife has agreed to this? Or this is in your head?
This is what I have planned.
Okay. Once again, you're going to see this cat. This is regular Scott broadcasting live from my fucking car. It's cold as shit. We're doing 5-minute podcasts because it's cold.
Vover days are back.
Yeah, I was about to say back on my Vover time limit. That's pretty good. That one definitely deserves one of those.
Shoot this motherfucker!
All right, JD. This has been great. Thank you for coming on, man. It's always a blast when you come on.
No, I love hanging out with you guys. It cracks me up every time.
Yeah, this is great. We need to have you on, and we'll kick Oz off one day and just have a wrestling show.
Y'all do it every time y'all do your wrestling
Not this
show.
time.
Right? I mean,
we haven't done a wrestling show, you and me, in a bit. That's not Impact. We should do that sometime.
Yeah.
Well, you're busy.
Do a show we like.
JD, you're busy writing, teaching, and regular Scott is just busy, just doing something.
Just being.
Just doing something. If he's not giving away addresses and people's personal information, he's just busy.
All I did was say what she does. Who cares?
Yes, my mother, blah, 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 phone number, blah, blah, you know what she does? And by the way.
We've told people what your mother does.
Yeah, I know, and you need to chill out with that, dude. Why you blasting people out? I mean, what you do? How about you tell people what you do for a living?
I mean,
okay,
I've talked about it.
Okay,
all right, I've talked about it.
You know, I am in the entertainment business. I am a professional. I'm a professional dancer. Just to say,
that's a lie.
Some say
work for
erotic.
tips?
Some say neurotic. You know, it's fine.
Let me tell you something. I would love to see you break dancing.
Here, let me help you out. You guys ever, to our listeners, have you ever heard of the Chippendale dancers? Well, I have not. What do they do? I heard that they do something.
Well, you can't do what they do. I can tell you that.
Okay. So you guys ever watch Magic Mike? I don't do that.
Okay. Jay, do you remember Big Dick Johnson from WWE?
Oh, I remember Big Dick Johnson.
That's
he actually was the.
There's a dude called. There's a guy called Big Dick Johnson.
That's the type of dancing that Oz does.
Was he just dancing with his thing?
He's big.
Yeah, he was a big fat guy that would dance basically naked.
How long did that last?
A
couple months.
Yeah, a couple months. Thank you. I thought so.
Oh, he's been doing it, but he kept doing it for years.
Man.
No, it wasn't that long, was it?
Oh, they would bring him back for one-offs, for a little comedy.
How do you get the name?
Huh?
Because Vince McMahon thought it was funny.
Yeah, Vince McMahon has he has a terrible sense of humor.
Okay.
Terrible human being, actually.
Well,
that was the guy. Chris DeJoseph, the guy who played Big Dick Johnson, was actually the guy who created Lucha Underground. He was the writer of Lucha Underground.
Wow,
that's pretty cool, actually. So Vince McMahon had Lucha Underground under his nose the whole time.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Well, he started a lot of. That guy is responsible for a lot of franchises. Just out of pure saying.
He is responsible for a number of things, my friend.
Yeah, bad and good.
Of course, we have more on that later.
Yeah.
All right, JD. Well, tell everyone again where they can find you. Let them know about your Kickstarter again. And also, JD, my good friend, I'm always going to tell people I appreciate you. It's because of you I'm on Fight Game. You put the good word in for me. You got me my opportunity. So I'm always
even though he's fucked it up, you still gave him an opportunity.
I'm still there. They let me stay on for a year.
Garrett said we need a WWE show. I need a guy who's WWE. I said, I got the guy.
See,
you
that's
gotta
good.
hire my friend Scott.
Well,
he loves WWE, but I don't know why. But he loves WWE.
Well, no, that's a testament to who you are, and that's how. If you want to know how to make a friend as an adult, that's how you make a friend as an adult.
Well, that's how the world works, man. You help your friends, and they become in better positions, and they can help people later on down the line. So I mean, like, that's how the world works. Best place to find me right now is on my Twitter at JD_Oliva. I co-host a podcast on my own, Superhero Speaks, show similar to this one, more nerdy. And Brace for Impact, Mike Gilbert and I from Fight Game, we do a show on Impact Wrestling. You can listen to me complain about the stupid stuff they do near weekly now. Bully freaking Ray. So that's currently
great rants.
I have another one tomorrow, I'm sure. I'm currently running a Kickstarter for my novel Hawk Hallow. It's a horror story about kids and haunted houses and demons from another universe. It's violent, it's gory, it's a lot of fun, and it's poignant at the same time. So best place to find that is on Kickstarter right now. We've hit our goal. Now we're all about hitting those stretch goals. I'll drop you guys. If we hit this stretch goal, the next stretch goal is I'll write a sequel to this book that I've been kicking around for years. I haven't really had the wherewithal to write it. If this thing takes off, I'll write a sequel story to it.
We're gonna hold you to that too.
Hold me to it because I like to write.
Right.
I've had this story in my head for a long time. It's good. It'll be good to have a reason to get it on paper.
Well, I like the
fact that it's best place to find me. Hit me up on Kickstarter.
I like the fact that you're exercising a lot. You're exercising a lot of your inner demons by getting them all out of your head. That's excellent. That's really cool.
I would go crazy if I didn't write. Like, people are like, man, you write about such dark things. I'm like, well, I'm not a healthy person mentally, so I gotta get this stuff out there. Bad things could happen. So.
JD, for everybody, JD is the Eminem of novelists.
Thank you, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Got to get it as the genius and has to get it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow, thank you.
And Regular Scott is the Kanye West of everything.
I don't think that's as big of an insult as you think it is. Because if it comes to music, I mean, he's a legend.
He's going through some stuff right now.
Yeah, Regular Scott is the Kanye West of thinking.
Okay, see, now that's an insult. That's an insult. That's an insult. And don't forget, JD, that the opening line of the book is "Children enjoy the memories, but adults try to capture them."
Original line. I like it.
All right.
I'm going to write that down in a haiku.
Well, it doesn't matter because once JD puts it in his book, it's his.
Okay, I'm literally simply writing a book.
All right. Tell everyone where they can find you on Twitter next
You can find me at OZZIEREAL. That's Ozzy Real.
That's it.
You can check out my novel.
You don't.
I'm sorry. I had a novel idea, but it's it's good. Yeah. So
you listen. JD does the writing. You do the documentaries.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
So what do you do?
I host podcasts.
Right.
That's it.
Okay, well, there you
That's
go.
it. You can find us on Twitter at Need4.
And you hoard.
You can find us on Twitter at Need4 Marvel vs. DC. That's the number 4. You can email us, Need4 Marvel vs. DC. Big shout out to Phil's son, Nate, who is turning 19 today as we record this on the 19th. So I want to make sure
Big shout
that I
out to
shout
Nate.
him out. This will probably drop on the 20th, but I want to make sure I shout him out. He's a big supporter of the show, so is Phil. Shout out to Benny, who gave some love to Uncle Oz while we were gone. Shout out to Joe,
that.
Nerds with Accents, Villains the Man.
Do we have a number?
I'm sorry?
Do we have a phone number too?
Yeah, dude. 804-518-6631. We'll be back on our voicemails back
Appreciate
next week.
you.
Okay, thanks, dude. It's about time you do something for the show. And Oz, tell me when you talk to him next time.
Hey, as usual, people, peace and chicken grease. And
oh no,
check out JD on his Kickstarter, and not just the novel that he's about to release, but all his novels. And then let's just go ahead and give Regular Scott a shout out for his fight game show too. And I'm out.
That was rather gracious of you, and y'all have a good time because we're gonna have a good time until we talk to y'all next time. Peace. Stop. It's mine. That's mine. Peace.